Hi students, let's start our science class with a new chapter. Today we are going to start a new chapter and the name of the chapter is Light and Shadow. So today we will discuss about light, some general properties of light and what are the special characteristics of light. So first of all, let me ask you one question. When we studied about energy in our previous chapter, we studied about light, right? So what is light? Yes, light is a form of energy. Light is a form of energy. And I already told you that sun is the ultimate source of light and sun is called the ultimate source of energy also. So why do we say that sun is called the ultimate source of energy? Do you remember? Yes, it is because green plants prepare food using sunlight. So, sunlight is considered as the ultimate source of energy because we all organisms depend upon green plants for our food directly or indirectly. Directly in the sense herbivores. Indirectly means carnivores and omnivores depend upon herbivorous animals for their food. So, we can say that sun is the ultimate source of energy. So, now coming back to our topic, that is light. So, what is light? Light is a form of energy. Light is a form of energy. And light is the most important form of energy. Light is the most important energy which help us to see objects. We know that we have 5 senses, right? Which are the 5 senses? Vision, hearing, that is sound, then smell, taste and touch. And among them, one of the most important sense is the sense of vision, that is seeing objects. So how can we see an object? It is always possible to see when there is light and we cannot see in the dark, right? So we know that light is very essential for seeing an object. For seeing any object, light is very important. So light is associated with the most important sense, that is a sense of vision. And we know that light is a form of energy. And then the next topic, that is sources of light. What do you mean by source? Source means something that gives us the thing that we need. When we get something from one particular item, that is considered as the source of that particular thing. So, in the case of light, we generally have 2 types of sources. One is natural source and the other is artificial source. So, what do you mean by natural source? Yes, natural means something that is present in nature, that is not created by anyone, it is already present in nature. So, in the case of light, the most important source of light that I already told you, it is the sun. So, sun is one of the most important natural source of light. The sun and the stars are the natural sources of light. Then I told you about artificial source. So, what do you mean by artificial source of light? That is, it is created artificially, right? It is created artificially. And can you name some artificial sources of light? Yes, a bulb, torch, CFL, LED, all these are examples of artificial sources of light. So, source of light can be generally classified into natural sources and artificial sources. Natural source means a source of light which is already present in nature. Then artificial means that is created artificially. Then next one, that is luminous and non-luminous object. Luminous means light producing and non-luminous means that do not have light. So, luminous means objects which can glow on their own. They have their own light. Such objects are called luminous objects. For example, sun. Sun is a luminous object, right? Because the sun has its own light. Sun can produce its own light. And what about moon? Is moon a luminous object? No, moon is a non-luminous object. But we can see light from the moon, right? So, what is this? Why do we say that moon is a non-luminous object? Because moon is glowing by reflecting the light that is getting from the sun. So, moon is a non-luminous object whereas sun is a luminous object. So, that is about luminous and non-luminous objects. That is, objects which can produce their own light are called luminous objects, and the objects which glow with the help of light from the luminous object are called non-luminous objects. So, these are some of the general features about light. So, light is a form of energy which help us to see things. That is, it is associated with the sense of vision. And the sources of light can be generally classified into 2. They are natural sources and artificial sources. Natural source means they are present naturally, while artificial source means they are created artificially. That is, they are man-made sources of light. Then objects can be classified into luminous and non-luminous objects on the basis of their ability to give light. That is, objects which has their own light are called luminous objects, while the objects which do not have their own light are called non-luminous objects. Is that clear for you? Now we will go to the next topic, that is characteristics of light. What do you mean by characteristics? Yes, features of light or properties of light. First is about the propagation of light. What do you mean by propagation? Propagation means movement. How it is traveling. Propagation means traveling. So, let me ask you one thing. When we are sitting in our room, we can hear the sound from the another room, right? The sound from another room can be heard easily. But can we see the person sitting in the other room if there is a wall between us? No, right? We want to see the other person, there should be one window, or we have to go out and see that room for seeing that person. But the sound can be heard. What makes the difference? This is because sound can travel not only in a straight line, but it can also travel in any path it needs. That is, sound is actually propagated in the form of a wave. How does a wave look? See, this is called a wave, right? So a wave is not a straight line. It can travel in any way it needs. So that is the difference between a light wave and a sound wave. So we can hear the sound from the other room because the sound can travel in a wave form. But light has a peculiar property. That is, light can travel only in a straight line. Light travels only in a straight line. So that is why we cannot see the person sitting in the other room. Let me show you one activity. I will show you some images to explain an activity. You have to take 3 cardboard pieces, and these 3 cardboard pieces should have a small pinhole in the center. And we have to arrange them horizontally. That is all the 3 cardboards and the holes come in a straight line. And if we place a lighted candle in front of that hole and we look through the other end, we can see the candle flame. That is, if it is in a straight line, if all the holes are in the straight line, we can see the candle light. And what will happen if we displace or misplace one of the cardboard? We will not be able to see the light. This is because the light can travel only in a straight line. So, the propagation of light means light travels only in a straight line. Now, the next property, that is reflection of light. What do you mean by reflection? Reflection means return back or bouncing back. That is, when we throw a ball onto a wall, it will return to us, right? Similarly, when light falls on a smooth surface, it gets reflected back. That is, suppose this is a smooth surface. Consider this as a smooth surface. If the light is falling on this surface, it will be reflected back. It will be reflected back. The light falling on a smooth surface will be coming back or returned back. That is called a reflection of light. And it is because of this principle that we use a mirror. That is, when light falls on a mirror, we can see our reflection, right? We can see our own face on the mirror because of this property of light. That is, light get reflected back when it is falling on a smooth surface or shining surface. And such an object that is formed on the mirror is called image. And what is the features of an image formed on a mirror? First one is, it will be of the same size of our body. The image formed will be of the same size, and it will be equidistant. The distance of the image and the mirror will be the same as the distance between the object, that is V, and the mirror. That is, it will be equidistant. Then one thing is, it will be laterally inverted. That is, lateral inversion means the right side of the object will be appearing as left side in the image. That property is called the lateral inversion. When we take selfies and all, now we can see that our left side will be appearing as the right side. So this is because of the reflection of light. The light is getting reflected back. So the direction will change. Direction is changing. So that is why the image is getting laterally inverted. So these are the topics that we discussed today. That is, we discussed about the some characteristics of light and some properties of light also. So hope everyone is clear with the topic. If you have any doubt, please read the textbook and clarify your doubts. Okay, so we will wind up for today's class. Thank you.